In this video, I want to talk a bit about simplicity in jazz. I totally get that playing rich chords, really blistering lines, and basically showing off your jazz skills is impressive, but at the same time, there's something called melody, which when you reharmonize it, tends to work better if it's simpler. And a good example of this technique is when you play inversions of triads. And I've picked a tune called Moon River, which I think explains this better than many other compositions. Moon River is a tune that everyone recognizes. And so when you play it at a concert, their ears perk up. And then when you turn it into jazz, then you've really got something. But in the beginning, where that melody happens, it's important to stick to simple chords like inversions of triads in order to give the contrast between that and your rich chords and jazz progressions. If you're not familiar with Moon River, it actually won an Academy Award, and it's like number 4 on the all-time American Institute of Film list. So I'm going to play it from the beginning. There's like a 4-bar intro, and then it gets into the melody, and we'll play the first A section, and then we'll discover why it sounds like this. Open up your ears and have a listen. Did you hear the contrast between the more simplistic playing and the rich jazz chords? That's what creates interest for your audience. All right, let's throw up the sheet music and let's analyze what we're talking about. We're not going to include the introduction in this tutorial, but let's start right at A section with the melody that everyone recognizes. So let's play the first 4 bars. That's where it turns into more jazz progressions, but you notice that in those bars, it was very simplistic playing, but why did it sound beautiful? And the answer is we've got triad inversions. So really from here to here is what we're talking about. So all we've got here is a D flat 6th chord, 3 notes. You've got the 3rd of D flat in the melody, you've got the 6th, and you've got D flat in the bass. Listen to how that chord sounds. It's very important that we use chords like this versus chords like this. Yeah, those chords happen later. Let's go back to our D flat 6 chord and let's do one more thing. We're going to add a simple grace note. Now that grace note makes it sound very different. Listen to this. And in the context of the tune, play it from the beginning. Versus just this. That's nice, but the grace note really gives it a little bit of a lift. And then we're getting to A flat over C. So you've got an A flat triad with a drop 2 voicing. Take the 2nd note from the top and put it in the bass, and you get this chord. So you're moving from this inversion of D flat 6 to this inversion of A flat over C. Now the way this tune was originally written is this was an A flat chord, not over C. So it would sound like this. I mean, that works, but it's so much nicer to play this inversion. And then after those 4 bars, we get more into our jazz chords. So this is a 2-5-1 of F minor. So let's play that. G half diminished seventh. And then this is a C7 plus 5 chord. You've got the A flat in there. And A flat 7 over E flat. And then you've got these chords. Isn't that beautiful? So it's a 2-5-1 of F minor here. However, we're using a tritone substitution, G flat 7 sharp 11. So G7, G flat 7 sharp 11. And then if you scroll down a little bit, you're going to get complete circle of fifths, diatonic circle of fifths as we approach A flat. So it's 2-5 of C minor, and then a 2-5 of B flat minor, with the tritone substitution, B7 sharp 11, and then another 2-5 of A flat, but also A7 sharp 11, which is the tritone substitution. So let me just quickly circle the tritone subs that are in here. And then back to the more simple triads when we get to the B section. Do you see how it pulls back to the simplicity of triads when you get to that really recognizable melody? It's such a beautiful sound. We're going to scroll a little bit more to the B section now. The B section is slightly different than the A section, but very similar. So we're not really going to analyze the chords, but let's listen to that sound again when we're at the B section. So a really cool thing happened there. You had the simple chords, and then right at the end, we threw in this E7 sharp 11 chord instead of like a B flat minor 7. So normally it would go like this. Which is B flat minor 7 to E flat 7 flat 9. But in this case, we're going to do the tritone sub of B flat minor and go E7 sharp 11. So let's listen to that. I'm going to put a link to this sheet music momentarily. Let's listen to a little bit of the solo because I think it's a great tune to solo over. The changes are fairly simple, but again, it's important to really capture the essence of those triads even when you solo. Let's give it a listen. So remember that simplistic playing is essential for the listener to grab onto something that is tonal and melodic and really enjoyable, something they recognize, and then contrast that with your richer jazz progressions. I'm gonna put a link to this sheet music. It's the full arrangement that I've done of the sheet music that we've been using in this tutorial. That link is up here in the corner. It's also in the description below. All you need is an email address and it's yours. Consider a thumbs up and subscribing to the channel. And if you're looking for more information about how to use triads in your playing, I've got a video that I've released recently, and it talks about something called upper structure triads. It's definitely worth a listen. Here's a link to that video right here.